Hi, people. If you can hear me, can you just sound out in the comments that you can hear? I'm just doing the pre, is it preliminaries? English. As you can tell, there was no plan, guys. I'm just doing the checks. So if you can hear me, please just let me know in the comments. I don't know if it's working. Let's see. Just a thumbs up will be fine. My mic's connected. Everything should be connected. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Hold on, let me check. Right, I just checked it. It seems like the sound's working, so I'm just gonna start because this was not planned, as you can tell. But I did say that I would do a live, so the only is no punk, bitch. So here I am. I'm also low key procrastinating, guys. I have so much to do and I just don't feel like doing it. So this is a way for me to just get into it. But yeah, welcome everybody. If anyone's tuning into this, I'm guessing that you guys are Exchange fans and you've been following. But if you haven't, um, Exchange is a Korean reality TV show that brings exes together and puts them all in the same house with the goal of either renewing your getting back with your ex and fixing your relationship or starting new relationships. It's a method of torture that is entertainment to the rest of us. It's basically what it is. But this is season 4, so they've done 3 seasons of this already. I actually started season 1 just last week. I started watching because I never saw season 1. I started this at season 3, right? They're actually 5 together, I think, right? 1, 2, yeah, because there's Exchange Another Beginning. I was in between 3 and 4. I saw that one, but to be honest, I think it wasn't fleshed out well enough, so it fell short for me. But it was nice seeing some of the old faces and some new faces to me. So that was kind of cool. But I started 3 on 3, and 3 was amazing. 3 got me hooked on this franchise and this whole season. So I'm a fan of Exchange, so when they said 4 was coming, I was a fan of it. I love, honestly, the setup of the show. I love the direction the producers take, and I especially love the hosts. It is rare for me to find a show where all the factors click. This one is one of them. And Possessed Love is another. Guys, I gotta plug Possessed Love. I really have to. The fact that it's not doing as well as it should be pisses me off. I think that Possessed Love is absolutely one of the best shows Korea has put out, but not a lot of people are in tune with it because I think it's shamans, fortune tellers and all that kind of stuff. So maybe that's the hang up. But that show is fantastic from the host to the singles that they bring each season. Anyways, back to Exchange. So yeah, what was I even saying? God, I got into Possessed Love and I just lost my mind. I'm going to be mostly addressing the comments, I think, for this live. I will. Should I put up what's it called? Should I put up a picture? Nah, I'm not even gonna bother. I'm gonna be addressing the comments, guys. Which one is it now? This one. Yes. Perfect. So we're gonna be doing the comments on YouTube and the comments on Patreon because I'm doing reactions on Patreon. The link should be in the description if you guys are interested in that. And I'm also doing reviews on YouTube. I actually like this format, but because it's a current show, I can do that easily, right? Because it's ongoing and we're doing it weekly, it's very easy to follow. So I really do like this format of doing reactions and reviews on two different platforms. I just don't have the time to edit down my reactions for YouTube. In fact, I tried. I did do episode 1 and they immediately reminded me why I should just stay in my lane and do reviews on YouTube because that video was demonetized real quick. I don't have the time, guys. I don't have the time to be fighting YouTube. But yeah, let's start with Lee K. I know this is Lee K because first of all, shout out to Lee K. Not only did I don't know if Lee K is a girl or a boy, so I'm just gonna be using they. Not only did they recommend Love Actually season 3, which I'm also reacting to on Patreon right now. But they have stayed engaged from beginning to the end, like just massive support, always looking out, always commenting, always helping me out because subtitles for that show is not the best. And I think Like speaks multiple languages. Like and I think Radwan. Oh my days, just impressive. So shout out to you. Thank you so much for always engaging. I really appreciate it. As well as some other, key VIPs that have just stayed consistent with me throughout this whole thing. Just shout out to you guys. But Like was like, there are only 2 people sleeping that night. So this is episode 10. Episode 10, I can break down for you guys for who haven't seen it. Real quick, they're really deep into it now. Masks are starting to slip, people are starting to break. People's true natures are coming out. And so a lot of things are starting to settle in the house. A lot of people are getting insight into a lot of people and who they are. So the only 2 people I think that were sleeping during the night when there was a lot happening, guys. You kind of go either watch the reaction or watch the review. The review is more than enough to give you an insight into what is happening. So after this, feel free to go and watch the review or go watch the review and come back and join us if we're still here. I'm doing this for about maybe 30 minutes or so. But the only 2 people who were sleeping were, I think, Hyunji and Min Kyung. I don't think Min Kyung she's not a night person at all. She always looks so exhausted. The poor girl. Every night she tries, but she just can't. And again, when I say every night, I mean these people are staying up till like 5 a.m. Some of them don't even sleep at all. All they do is eat, drink, have awkward conversations, and repeat every single day. It's crazy. Hafiz had a lot to say, not too much, but I think another video they really did write a lot. Some people are very in depth with the analysis of this show, and I absolutely love it. My opinion: GM broke up with Woojin months ago, even before they really broke up. It is understandable for her to lose interest in Woojin. For Woojin, he broke up with her 2 or 3 days ago. Of course, he will be like that. Now, they go on to say a lot. And I didn't particularly reply to this comment because I wasn't sure what tone they were taking. I wasn't sure if Hafiz was arguing for what I had said in the video or against. And so I didn't really want to respond. AH, however, was like full counter. AH is also VIP on this channel, guys. They've been commenting for a long time, both on YouTube and Patreon. Shout out to you. So Hafiz, if you are arguing for what I said in the video, yes, I agree. And I don't know if this was maybe the first all-round video Hafiz was watching of my reviews, but I've said it from the beginning. I call her the Glory, Gion. The Glory has been saying from the beginning, I'm not getting back with my ex. I don't want anything to do with my ex. I don't care about my ex. I wish my ex happiness. I want them to go on with their lives. Stuff like that. Do we necessarily believe her? No. However, she has said it. And that's why when Woojin called her disappointing in this episode, when he said that, I paused and I had a whole rant on Woojin because whether or not she's being honest with her own feelings to herself of moving on or not, the fact of the matter is that she said she was over him and she has told him to his face so many times, guys, so many freaking times. You cannot blame the girl for doing the things that she's doing. And I also agree that for Woojin, he's still stuck in that mindset because the way they broke up, she made up with him the day before, and then the next day she texted him, which was very wrong. We've covered this in the previous episodes. It was very wrong, but she made up with him, and then he's in this thing. We're good with her. We were fine. So why would the next day she just break off closure? Coming here after apart, seeing her, flirt with this other guy, call him Oppa, like cutesy eyes, doing all the love things that she used to do with Woojin, of course it will make him snap. So I understand both sides. However, it wasn't out of nowhere for Woojin. The Glory has been saying for a very long time. Jion has been saying it. I am not getting back with you. I don't want you. I don't want you. I don't want you no more. So again, even though I called Woojin out in this video, I still understand both sides, guys. I cannot just sit down and let him berate her and call her disappointing when she has clearly said it to him, true or not, that she's moving on. So that was one of the reasons why I didn't actually reply this, because I didn't know what tone Hafiz was coming from. But I do know that AH went back and was like defending. I think AH was defending Jion. And again, both sides are right. It's just when it comes to comments, tone is important. And I've learned that just being on YouTube for the last how many years. Next we have HR Land. This one, I think this one was long, guys. But very, very in depth. Even if you don't know anything about the episode and you're on this live, feel free to read this comment because they went in deep and everything they said. Again, I don't know if this is their first time watching my reviews, but everything they said I already covered in previous reviews. So I was just on board with everything. We can go through, but I'm not the kind of person to like read a slide. But I really do like their take on everything. They covered Woojin and Jion. They covered Jion. Jion being the Glory right now is because it was mostly about them. The episode ended mostly wrapped up about the Glory, Woojin, and Wongyu. They also covered Yushik. This part I like. The whole Yushik age thing, they said they understand it because as someone who really cares about age in a relationship. Now I did say Cry Me a River for Yushik because they needed the whole episode to address the fact that he was younger. I don't think it was that big a deal. I didn't think he had to raise it up so high, for it. But it is what it is. Everybody has their own hang up, right? And so I was just like, it is what it is. Cry Me a River, but let's move on, right? And then Baekhyun and Yoon, they like them, which they're cute together. Baekhyun definitely gives that whole love the one you're with kind of vibe. I'm not really a fan. Comments, hello. I'm not really Baekhyun is the love the one you're with kind of guy. I don't know what Baekhyun's agenda is on this show. I just know it's not pure. And I don't like that for Union because she is actually falling in love with Baekhyun. I don't know. I don't know. There's something about him that just gives me pause. He's not bad, but it just gives me pause. Uh so Munira in the comments, I agree with you on everything except Yushik. He's more of a problem in a relationship than me and Q. I did actually come to that realization. I don't know if it was here or on Patreon. I was saying that because if you remember episodes 1 and 2, I went in hard on Minkyung. Hard, guys. And it wasn't without reason. I just thought that if you have an opportunity to talk to your ex, berating him is not the way, especially if you want his attention. However, I get it. Tensions were high. And I say this all the time. But I think around episode 8, I came to the realization that Yushik is more of a yellow flag or off-white, and he's beginning to show himself more and more. And I think somebody else had one of those comments in there. I don't know if it was here or Patreon. I'm pretty sure we'll get to it. Maybe it was even HR. Maybe what did they say? Oh, career, current job. No, but somebody said it that Yushik is the type to make you frustrated in a relationship so that you break up with him. I 100%. I think it's because of the way Yushik is dealing with Jihyun now, my baby girl right now. And 100%, I totally agree with that person because that's the kind of person that Yushik is. He doesn't want to be with Min Kyung, but waited for her to break up. Literally what I was just saying. He says a lot but doesn't show it with his actions. Absolutely. He has a hard time making decisions and wait for other people. Yes. I'll listen to you. Right. Thank you. Are you on your lunch break or is it breakfast? 100%. And I feel like it's very immature of him. He's that type. He's that type. But again, he's only been in one relationship too, not to defend him or anything like that. But he's only been in a relationship with Min Kyung. So it's like, does he even know who he is in a relationship? Maybe she frustrated him so much to the point where he's like, yes, dear, whatever you want, dear. We just don't know, right? But he is definitely giving the vibe that he will make you break up with him instead of him breaking up with you. So he's not the bad person. Because here's the thing, in that their one-on-one, a week before they entered the house, he was crying. Then they get into the house, he's evasive. He doesn't, which I understand again. However, it's not giving, I truly want you back. It's giving, I want to look like I want you back, but I don't. That's the problem with Yushik, guys. It's a very hard thing to put your hand on, but he plays this game really well. But again, he hasn't dated that long, so I'm very confused with Yushik. But I think he will show himself more as the episodes go along. Um, I understand why she's angry. He doesn't drink and always sleeps when he's with her, but when he's with the other girls, he acts different. I feel like this comment, I don't know if it was you, Munira, but somebody else put this comment in there. And I need to defend you, Shik, guys, because the first few nights he wasn't drinking. He would stay up with them for sure, but he wasn't drinking. And then she calls him out and says, oh, you're always drinking with Baekhyun and staying on with the ladies. And then he started drinking. This age thing, I think, was one of, or maybe the second time that we'd seen him drink. Call me out in the comment. Check me if I'm wrong. But the first few nights he didn't drink, and I think again it's also a mind game for him because he was awake with them, but he could confidently say, "I wasn't drinking. I was just staying up with Baekhyun." Because now he's actually drinking. I don't know. Yushik is interesting. I definitely have my eyes on him for sure, for sure. Um. Then we move on. Okay, someone that gets what I mean. I look to me, she really doesn't care and not paid attention to Woojin. No. You see, this pile on the glory, who is Jion, I will not stand for, guys. No matter whether we feel like she's being true to herself or not, the girl said it. I do not want, she has said, in fact, she has said it so much that I was like STFU at this point. She has said it without question. She doesn't even wait for somebody to ask her. I don't want to get back to it with my ex. So we cannot put it on her that she's not paying attention to Woojin because she doesn't want to pay attention to Woojin. Or at least she's telling herself that she doesn't want to pay attention to her. So I will not let people like come on what's it called? Like pile on Jion just because Woojin's feelings were hurt. She told him what she meant and she's doing what she has said. That's just the truth. I can't call out a girl for sticking to what she says, whether we think it's true or not. Next was Ellie. Shout out to Ellie. Ellie is also on basically VIP OG, also very detailed. Ellie was the one who was talking about Yushik's avoidant nature, 100%. Everything that I was saying about him waiting for you to break up, that's the thing. Because he also did the same thing to Ji Hyun, my baby girl. I will always tag her as my baby girl, guys. I love her. He also did the exact same thing to her, and she tried to invite him on something, but because now he's feeling Hyunji more, instead of him to just come out and plainly say, no, it's Ponyon things, friendship, guys, just us being friends. He evaded the question and didn't talk to her, and now he's like dousing the fire slowly. And Jihyun is starting to see, you know, what she's getting the whole vibe that he's not feeling her as much anymore without him actually coming out to say, I don't like you no more. Oh, Munira said, but he never drank with her at any time when he was with her throughout their relationship. Yes, that I agree. He didn't used to drink with her. And she said that, he even said that too when he was fake crying at the end of the, guys, he was fake crying at the end of that video. At the end of episode 10, those tears were practiced. I see him in his house in front of a mirror practicing. Those tears were for a relationship long past. He was not, I didn't buy any of his tears. I didn't. See, I still like you, Shake. I know that he's potentially the villain of the story, but I still like him for now because he has that baby face thing going for him. And he's also a dancer. And I love dancers' emotion. It's just so graceful. Something graceful about them. But I will call him out if I need to call him out. And those tears were not real. I'm just gonna say it now. So it looks like the whole season is now starting to get towards Yushik and that whole dynamic, and we're probably going to get more um out of him. I think the mask is slipping now, and I want to see the mask full off. I want to see how he really. I'm also truly wishing that he chooses Hyunji, so that when she in the end chooses Baekhyun, somebody has egg on their face that whole trio is just so chaotic. And I don't like the girl. I don't like the girl, honestly. Hyunji sets me off. I'm not even gonna lie. But Like was like, this is such a good comment because yes, Ellie does go into it detailed. This is somebody who has sat down and analyzed every single frame, and I love it. I love people who are just as obsessed with these shows as I am. Um, avoidant. So everybody's clocking Yushik for his avoidant behavior now. Next. AH said the episode was spicy. Drunken Wongyu is so cute. He is. He gets super adorable. The more he drinks, it's so in contrast with who he is like during the daytime. I absolutely love it. Wojin's interruption is so disrespectful towards Wongyu and Jion. So insane. You know what? Was it disrespectful? Yes. Is it the exchange house? Yes. So is it acceptable? Double yes. That's just the truth. Here's the thing, do I like that he apologized to Wong Yu? Yes. If he hadn't apologized to Wong Yu either, I wouldn't even have thought about it, to be honest, because again, it is the exchange house. Yes, we want respect and everything, but it's not like he slapped the man off the roof, though. He said, "Can I talk to Jion?" And Wong Yu said, "Yes, go ahead." You know, it was respecting the way he requested it. I'm sorry. Do not condone bad behavior. No, I get what you guys are saying. But like for me, when I read that comment, I was like, you're right, oh, you're 100% right. But had he not even apologized, to be honest, I wouldn't even have thought about it. The production team always finds a new way to torture us as the audience with the X room. I know the X room this time was very different. My God, no, it's not us they're torturing AH. It is the singles themselves for them to have to talk within themselves and then decide who gets to see. Nah, that's brutal. That's brutal. Um, I was promoting Love Actually season 3. So Like was like they like the Love Actually season 3 what's it called promotion on the video. I love that show. Honestly, it's the next thing I'm going to do once I'm done with this right now. That's where I'm going to. Monira says Woojin is angry with Jion because of his ego, because she did the same thing she does with Wongi with him. Yes, it's hard. My God, their situation is so complicated, guys. Their situation is really bad because I did not rate her for the way she broke up with him. If you want to break up with somebody, fight with them, break up with them there and then. Don't settle it. Don't say all is well. And then tomorrow, you now text me and say, no, I can't be in this. It's a mind in itself. It really is. So I totally get where Woojin is coming from. I really do. However, I don't get him saying she's disappointed because she has told him. That's the problem. Their relationship, their dynamic is very, very complicated. Because she was the one who asked for his number. I guess. Yeah, that's true. That's true. She was the one who chiked him. So in Nigeria, we say chike when when a guy is trying to woo a girl, basically say chike. If you ask a girl for their number and you compliment them and stuff, that's what chiking is. Woojin himself admitted that he likes girls who take the first move. I'm more on Jion's side. I'm on either side, guys. I'm on either side, to be honest. No, actually, I was on Jion's side when the whole thing started with her being so forward and so what's it called, certain that she didn't want to go back to her ex. I was definitely on her side. I love the confidence. I love the straightforwardness with which she approached Wongyu and was chiking Wongyu. Basically, she did all the chiking in that relationship. But when she told me about their breakup story, nah, I switched over. And Woojin is such a good guy, guys. Woojin is a good guy. Woojin is a good guy. Apart from the fact that he needs to edit himself, he needs to take a moment and properly communicate what he is feeling. That was his problem, because him just saying I'm disappointed with you. It's also the same way he told her she's not entitled to. He just speaks when he's frustrated. And I think that's something that he needs to work on. But apart from that, the guy is grade A material, guys. Sorry, he's A class. I'm not even like I'm not joking. I actually think Woojin is a good guy. Nobody is perfect. So if he can work on that, I feel like he'll be fine, you know? Um, I don't like Hyunji either. She annoys me. I like the other girl's mom. In Kyung and Yoon are more mature than the other girls, even though they are younger. I do agree. I was not on board for Min Kyung in the beginning, but over time, she has that thing. There's something about her that just pulls you in. She's very lovable, you know? And I think her outside of Yushik is fine. That man, that boy drives her crazy. And I think she needs to like just separate from that. To be honest. Let's read the last comment on YouTube, and this is from Eunice. I think that's it. I usually say Eunice because I used to have a friend in university that was Eunice, so I'd call her Eunice. This is the best episode of all episodes among all the Disney shows for me. It really gives intense feelings, even from the viewer's perspective. When Wongyu is taking his step back, hearing Jiyeon talking with Yushik, and then turning back to the room when others are coming to the scene is giving me so much heavy feelings and sadness. Oh God, should we dive into Wongyu and Jiyeon? Oh my God, I think in this show, the only man who has deep feelings for his ex is not only Woojin, but also Wongyu. Wongyu and Jihyun, there is, oh, Lord have mercy. There is, you know, when you say, I loved you with the passion red, right? I think was that the, I loved you with the color red. I feel like that was the One Republic lyric. I, and now it's turned blue. I don't even know how thin that line is between them and between love and hate for both of them. They are so the emotions between them is so intense. It is difficult to explain. They are the only ones that I feel like would not get back together at all. Even though I know that there is deep emotion there, I think the scars from their relationship, especially for Jihyun, is just too deep, and I don't think she can fix it by going back. But it still doesn't take away from the fact that she actually really loves this man. It's such a weird dynamic, those two. They are my favorite exes on any show that I have ever seen because their dynamic is so interesting. We're gonna switch over to Patreon, but there are some more comments. Jiyeon was wrong to say several times that they won't get back together. Thank you. But I understand her now for being stubborn and saying things in a mean way. I like Woojin too, but I'm on her side. I get what you mean, Sha. I do. I do think she was wrong to continue sprinkling that in his eyes. Like she's just throwing sand in this man's face whenever, anytime he's eating, she'll put sand inside his guy. Like it was unnecessary, guys. However, I think based on the way they broke up, they should have definitely met at least once before coming on to this show, so that he would have that some kind of closure. Because they make up, next day they break up, 5 months later, they meet, saying they're coming into this house to look for more people. A week after that, he sees her marking on some other guy. Not really marking, but she was basically giving this guy come F me eyes. Full on. The way she was looking at Wongyu and the fact that Wuchi was there, I gotta tip my hat off to her, to be honest. To be honest. Like, just don't want you. I need you to get it. So I feel like if they had met even once in between when they broke up and when they met, that 1 week before they came into the exchange house, it would have done him a lot more good. In his mind now, he is literally just getting over their breakup, which was for him just out of nowhere. And then for him to have to be processing that while he sees her doing the things that she used to do for him or with him with another guy, it's a lot now. Guys, have empathy. Have empathy. I know we keep screaming that we've seen the show, we all know what the show is about, but based on their breakup, have empathy for this boy, please. No, I have empathy for him. Do I condone all the things that he has done so far? Absolutely not. But I understand where it's coming from. Just as I understand where she's coming from as well. Do I condone how it all went down? No, but I understand. So let's meet them halfway, both of them, and have grace for them, especially these two. It's such a complicated dynamic for both of them. It's crazy. Hey, VK's in the comments. Hello. This is a surprise. Hi. The old guy here may not stay long and is late here. Yeah, right. Because Singapore, right? I feel like you're on the other side of the world or something like that. I recall one of the past participants in the exchange mentioned that the pre-interviews play a part in affecting their views as they need to recount all the past moments. Oh, really? So it may play a part in what they are feeling. For sure. I think for sure. All those pre-interviews that they do, because they do that months before the show airs as well, right? They always look different in all the shows. It's always so nice to see. Okay, skipping over to Patreon. So Claire said that I'm being too harsh on Hyunji. I give everyone on this show one hash crash out, and after that it's over. There's crash out and there's crash out. Hyunji, guys, I'm sorry. There is nothing that this girl can do that will change my perspective of her on this show. Do I still think that she's beautiful? 100%. Will I still ogle her on the show? 100%. This girl is gorgeous, but the beauty is hiding the crazy. And I want nothing to do with it. What? No, 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 no. Let's not normalize. Let's not normalize nonsense. Please call it out so people can have better lives. How will you say that he was being disrespectful for low-fiving somebody? Why don't you just come out and tell us what you're really feeling? If had she just said, I don't like it, I'm jealous, whether it's small interaction or high fives, it just makes me jealous. Not that I want to get back to you, but it makes me jealous. Don't say it's disrespectful. Jesus. I'm sorry. She sets me off. Nah, guys, nah. I will be as harsh as I want to be, but it's never without reason. And even if it is, I will tell you that I'm being irrational right now. Just go with it. Like, I'm not unaware of how these shows affect me, guys. But if it's rubbish, let's call it out. That's all I'm saying. And it's nothing personal to the viewers who are watching the shows. And if your life is like this, I don't know your situation. I'm not calling you out. However, if you feel some type of way about my comments, ask yourself why. Is all I'm saying. Because I do that. I do that for myself as well. Um, Jiyeon has insecurities and feels like she's not enough for Wongyu. Yes, I said that. I said it 100%. But then how did she get that way? What was done in the relationship to make her feel that way? And also, communicate. They don't know how to communicate on the show. Nobody. Everybody is falling short. I think, no, that was Love Actually. Yeah, their communication sucks. Nobody knows how to say how they feel or what it is exactly that is troubling them. They're all just going in circles, chasing each other around this merry-go-round. It's so crazy. She likes him, but doesn't think he likes her because of their background. Yes. And I feel like Wongyu will marry her tomorrow if he had the chance. But unfortunately, the more he sees her flirting with other guys, the more he sees her interacting with Yushik, the more he is retreating and he's like, okay, it looks like this is just not the person that I used to know. I don't know. Everybody is fucking around and finding out at this point in time, to be honest, because I really don't know how else the show is gonna go. AH said Yushik and Hyunji's date is quite boring. I agree. That date, there was nothing going on in that date. Do you realize that Jaeyoung Gion, sorry. I do the same thing. I take my notes and I'm like, who did I mean? Gion and Baekhyun's date is not shown at all. Well, because I don't think there was anything to be shown, to be honest. I don't think there's a romantic connection there. And so maybe producers not want to waste our time, not in episode 9 or in this episode either. Yeah, I think that there was nothing going on there, so they just decided that they're not going to do it. Red one coming in hot on Patreon. After this episode, I think I was right about you, Shake. Everybody is calling out you, Shake now. He's extremely avoidant. Yes, another person, and doesn't communicate at all. Next paragraph, he basically did everything he could, so she would end up being the one to break up with him. 100. Next paragraph, this is just my opinion, but I don't see him doing well with any girl on this show. I agree. I agree. That boy, I think he's only now getting into what's it called? Dating, because he's only been in a relationship with Minkyu. So now I feel like he's getting into dating and different women and different personality types. And so maybe now he's actually starting to realize who he is in a dating relationship. But again, we're only just making excuses for him at this point. We don't truly know these people, even though we get to watch them on these shows. We really truly don't know them. And so we just hope the best. I just don't want him playing with my baby girl. That's all. Because then it's personal, guys. Then it's personal. Don't play with my baby girl's hat. You know? So the irony is that the two girls he's interested in, well, now it's only Hyunji, looks like, right? Both at the age where people start seriously thinking about marriage, and he's not there yet. He's not there at all. But because he's handsome, they're so attracted to him and want to try things with him. Who's the most handsome in this house right now, guys? Leave your comments. Who do you think is the most handsome in the house? I need to think about it, guys, because based on personality, I need to really think about it. I do like Jae Hyung. I wouldn't say he's the most handsome in the house. Maybe Won Gyu. I kind of like Won Gyu's personality. If I mean, he gives man, And when he's surrounded by all these boys, it really does stand out that he's a man. But let me know in the comments who you think is the most handsome in the house. Munira says Hyunji doesn't like Baekhyun. It's more her ego that makes her act like that. She admitted that he likes her back when they were dating, yes, more, and is used to him always being the one chasing after her. Which is just sick. It's twisted. The fact that, guys, I use the word disgusting. The fact that I use that to describe these people's interaction, it was mostly for her, guys. I don't use that word every day. I barely use it. And even if sometimes if I'm using it, it's like play. It's like, oh, it's so disgusting. It's not like I don't use that word, but that was the only word that came to my mind for their interaction in episode. I think it was 9. I don't even like remembering that conversation. And then we have a bunch of comments from Like. Like, comment as they're watching. I love it. So I do agree. Hunting looks pretty at certain scenes. Like a lot of the girls look pretty from different angles. I do wonder if Jiyeon will be open to others after realizing what others. There's nobody left on the show. There's pretty much one more Maggie coming, and they're probably going to bring them the nights before they have to make their final choices. I don't know why they wait so long. Bring all of them. Just put them in the house. Things are churning now. Episode 10 is the perfect place to bring them in. Everybody. So there's really no options for Jihyun. If Yushik is not interested in her, she's SOL, guys. SOL. There's nothing for her in this house. I wonder if Simon D practices nice in different tones. I love him so much. It's such a fun host. Someone was born in 20. I know, 20. It's so young. Even Won Gyu, who is the oldest person in the house, is still younger than me, guys. I'm not salty about it. I don't know. They all complain about their age, like it's this whole thing, and it's just. I guess with life comes, with age comes experience. I don't know. For me, it doesn't make a difference. Well, I'm watching a show where a 41-year-old is trying to find love. He'd been in a relationship for 10 years, thinking that was his end all and be all, only to be, dropped like a hot pan at the end of that. And somebody who's 26 years now complaining. It's like you haven't even lived half your life. Come on. Back to the comments section on the live. Like says, I don't have much of an insight thoughts, so I just comment as I view. You don't have to explain. I love it. I don't care at all. As long as you're writing it, just be going. Munira said she can't accept that he can like someone else but her, but she's just his first love. And this is Hyunji she's talking about. There are people who want their ex to always be in love with them. Isn't that twisted though? Isn't that sick? Yeah, God have mercy. Oh my days. Anywho, their ex should always prioritize them more than their new partner and more than like, but who that makes it doesn't even make sense. Like, think about it. It doesn't even make who why would somebody even think like that? That's what I'm saying. It's just the girl just needs, I think, therapy. I think therapy, some serious soul searching. She should eat, pray, love, and travel her way through somewhere. Maybe not India, but somewhere. Just yeah. Because no, holy Lord. Patreon comments. Watching it again, the situation and method where Bacon gave the chopping board was just like the bear figurine. It's true, it is true. They always make it so. My whole question is that when they bring it back, why don't they just exchange it there and then? Right? Must they bring back the one they made just to exchange it in the house? Like, what's the whole scenario there? Because I don't understand this whole cat and mouse thing that they do, Pink Panther situation going on just to exchange the gift that they already made for each other back where they made it. It was done. So just exchange the bag when you guys are eating and be done with it. We don't need to see all this. I don't know. I just don't find it cute for me. It doesn't make sense because it's such an avoidable situation, right? Besides the hidden drama inside, the impromptu gathering was funny. That room, the room situation where everybody stormed Wongyu and Yushik's room and everything that just went down was crazy. Okay, so I remember saying this in my review and my reaction. The situation where Wongyu gives the glory his shirt. What do we think? Do we call that disrespectful? Because Jiyeon was right there. Is that a disrespectful situation? Or is it okay because they're broken up? Can you guys sound out in the comments? I know a lot of you watch this after the fact, so feel free to bombard the comments with your opinions when you when you get there. Drunken Wongyu is funny. You can see the cute side mentioned in the X letter. Yes, I definitely remember coming out. Also, I remember his ex letter. I remember writing that his ex wants him back, only to find out that his ex is my baby girl. Oh my god, that relationship is just I go to bed thinking about their dynamic. I'm not going to lie, guys. Um, Not sure if closing the door hard was due to his mood or just poor muscle control. He has never slammed the door. Wongyu is not a door slammer. That is why I was so quick to point it out, guys. And that was a slam. It wasn't a love tap, it was a pow. The whole camera shook, guys. We've never seen that camera shake once. Not even when Yushik was frustrated, with Min Kyung and everything after that berating the first time and he went to his room. So it might have been mood, but he definitely felt some type of way about that situation. Switching back to the live comments. She's very manipulative. Hyunji now, she's very manipulative. I agree with you. It was disgusting. It was the only word that I could think of, honestly. Okay, yes, I do miss eating instant noodles too. I always cook it after I watch these shows. I do not know what Woojin is trying to ask, since the question he asked were already mentioned to him by Gio multiple times. He's not trying to ask, he's just frustrated. It is so hard for him because in his mind, we just broke up. In his mind, he's still stuck on the we were fine and then we weren't. And now he has to see her doing all the cute things that she was doing with him with some other dude. Like again, empathy, guys. I totally get where he's coming from. I do not approve or condone it, but I understand. I think the production team still wants Woojin in a good light. They haven't actually edited anybody in a bad light. Well, Hyunji, but again, she gave them so much material. I wouldn't say they've edited anybody in a bad light so far. To be honest, I wouldn't say they've edited anybody in a bad light. I think they're doing good. And I think he deserves a good edit, even though, he apologized. He deserves a good edit. He's doing all the right steps. He just needs to be respectful with the way he speaks. And I think he will have a very, very good and like flourishing relationship in the future. So Monira says that giving the shirt is not respectful, but Jihyun will do the same thing as Jihyun does. Sweat down, sweat down. It's true. I think it is. First of all, I do like Jihyun. She's my baby girl. So the fact that things are not going right for her, it makes everything else like just piss me off. So I get that fact, guys. I tell you, I will call it out as I see it, even with myself. I'm not unaware to the situation going on. But Munira is right. If the situation was flipped, she would give Yushik her shirt in front. In fact, she would give it to Wongyu to give it to Yushik if she could. But I still think it's disrespectful. I think that if we're looking for disrespectful scenarios based on Hyunji's whatever madness that went on 2 episodes ago or an episode ago, this will be a situation where I get that you're my ex and we're broken up and you're moving on, but don't do it. Don't be that, blatant in my face about it. Talking to the guy is already a step beyond. Flirting with the guy is already a step beyond. Not disrespectful, but a step beyond. Let's pull it back a little. Don't give somebody a gift. Like, it was so personal. A shirt. I think the guy was I mean, I rated it, guys. I was living my best life. I rated it. The glory has balls for days. But my God, set the place on fire. This show is awesome. Like, you don't even know how to feel from frame to frame. It's just like, oh my God, they just keep giving us so much. Oh my days. Woojin is jealous. He himself admitted to being a jealous person. He did, yes, from childhood to present. But again, I can understand, especially if you knew that you guys had a very loving relationship, you really love this person, and then all of a sudden they're doing the things for other people that they used to do for you. That's what I said, that I could go into the exchange house. I could, but it doesn't mean that I wouldn't feel some type of way, especially if the person has changed. If all the things you were, imagine you being with this guy for years or this girl for years, and you've been telling them this is not right. I don't like this in a relationship. This is how this makes me feel. They don't correct it. They don't fix anything. They don't want to change anything for you or with you. Hmm? You now break up, go into this exchange house, and all the things that you've been correcting them about, you see them doing it for other people. Set it on fire. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It would take the grace of God. They need to be baptized, pouring holy water on me every day. Because the way I'll be setting off, I want to get back with this person, but it will piss me off. It's like, okay, so what was I to you then? Chopped liver. Like, seriously. Even in my marriage right now. Let me give you an example. Sometimes I'll tell my husband, oh, let's do this. And he'll be like, no, I'm not really interested. And then maybe like 3 months down the line, my cousin or his friend or somebody will say to him, and then he will now come back to me all excited. We should do this. Like, drop kick. What are you talking about? I've been telling you to do this for 6 months. You didn't know. But now your friend or my cousin tells you, and all of a sudden it's the fad. You want to do it. Imagine if it's your ex doing that. Guys, there's no amount of grace, there's no amount of understanding. I expect these couples or these exes to feel some type of way. It is okay. It is okay. But let's figure it out. Let's figure out how we communicate these things. Because I remember when Min Kyung was berating what's his name? Yushik. And I was like, okay, you've not even told this boy that you want to get back with him once. First, you're repeating the exact same things that you guys did in your relationship that didn't work out. Second, like, nothing. Nobody says that you can't bend the rules. Look at Wong Yu now. Walked into Gion's room and asked her on a date. No ex has done that on the show. None that I have seen. All of you who watched season 1 and 2, let me know if somebody has done it. None that I've heard has done that. You know, it's okay. You can use the text messages to be sending text to your ex saying, "I miss you. I want you back. Let's get back together." Hound them, hound them. At least there's clarity and you know where you're coming from. I don't know. I just think their approach to these things, and again, emotions are involved. You come to the house, you see your ex moving mad. You say if you're like, okay, if you're gonna be like that, then F you then. I'll do my own. I get it. However, if what you want is your ex, make it known, make it clear. Oh, that was a long tangent, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah. Back to the live comments. I think the new guy is, you think, don't, right? Right? I think so too. But that poor guy, Jaehyung, has not been having a good time in this house at all. He has, oh my God, he came into the house and the mood has just been really bad. This show has me excited. I had to take this off. He came into the house and it's just been poor guy. I really feel bad for him. And I think now that he likes Jihyun, but she's not even going to give him time of day because she's so obsessed with, what's his name? Yushik. Because he focuses a lot on her. You think? I haven't seen him actually focus on her, but I did think that he was her ex. He gave her advice on the phone call and brought her beer to the room because she didn't drink anything else. Really? I didn't even notice that. Oh, I'm going to have to go and rewatch that. Min Kyung is annoyed with Yushik because he was the one who invited her to. Was he? Who asked that question? I think it was Like that was wondering about that, right? I don't know if Like is still on. Was he the one who? Oh, really? Really? Yushik is playing in her face. Yes, 100%. However, has Yushik said that he doesn't want to get back with her, though? I don't remember if he has expressly said that. She has implied heavily that she would like to get back with him. Why? I don't know. If somebody is avoidant and you've gotten yourself out of it, why would you sign up to go back and go for more torture? I still don't understand how these people think, but it is what it is. Oh, let's wrap up the comments. At this point, Min Kyung is the one with the healthiest lifestyle. I agree, at least in terms of drinks and sleep. I don't think she can. I don't think she has a choice. I think she's wired to just go to bed. She doesn't. She's not a night owl. So unfortunately, I feel like it's also working against her because she doesn't get to have as much time with the crew and with her ex as she would like. Amazed for a few seasons on how much effort the production team needs to make to produce each X room. I know it's insane. And it may not even be shown at all. That is true. Because sometimes I think, oh, no, that is true. We may not get to see every individual thing that goes on with the X rooms. But no, it's been a good it's been a good season, guys. I can't even begin to express how good of a season this one has been. It's just wow. They're really putting in all the stops for this, and I really appreciate them for doing that so well. But yeah, I did say that I was gonna do what's it called, a live at around halfway point, and there's 20 episodes, I think, right? I do think it's 20 episodes. It's 20 episodes in the season. So I was like, you know what, if you're gonna avoid work, you might as well do the live now. I'm full on procrastinating, guys. Full on procrastinating. But I'm really happy that I got to do this. And I'm happy for Munira and Like who were able to be on the live and send in a ton of comments. You guys have always stayed consistent. Love it. People have actually been good with like being respectful and being direct with their comments. And I really appreciate it, honestly. I love to be able to talk about these shows and discuss a lot of stuff with people who are just as obsessed as I am with the shows. While we're here, I'm gonna show you guys what you can find on Patreon, because a lot of people don't even know all the things that are available on Patreon. So while I'm just gisting, I'm going to be scrolling there so you can see what's happening on there, because there's so much going on. There's a lot that will be shown that I will talk about on YouTube, but there's also so much that you guys have not even seen on Patreon. So that will not, I don't even think, however, that will make it to YouTube, at least not anytime soon. So be sure to check it out. If you guys are interested, there's a link in the description. You can go there. There's a whole folder that is all the free stuff, and there's a ton in there. Hold on, where is it? Yeah. See, there's 38. It's all episode ones, and then there's some full seasons on there as well. So there's still stuff that you can watch. You don't have to always pay. That's not necessary. You can watch episode ones of a lot of stuff. I will say that if you're interested in buying a collection, it is cheaper if you go through like a browser. If you do it on your phone on the app, they tack on so much, like it almost doubles the price. So if you're interested in that, make sure you go through a browser to do that. But yeah, there's so much happening on Patreon. There's a lot to watch on there, so don't slip on it. There's so much more. You guys can check in the link if you want to. But with that, I will be wrapping up this live. There's some more comments in the live. I like the season more than any other. I agree. I agree. The contestants themselves create chaos without any clue. I swear, it's like you guys know I watch Love Island. There was one particular season, I think it was Powerpuff season of Love Island. Chaotic. Chaotic. But those singles were pretty much saying, I don't care what the producers say, I will do what I want. And that's what they're doing on this season of Exchange. And I love it. I love it. I'm not even going to lie. Juliana, hey. I think the thing with Woojin and Jion is that he hasn't processed. Exactly, exactly. He hasn't. He hasn't. And unfortunately, he's processing it in real time while he's watching her flirt with another guy. And that's a lot. That's a lot to handle. He just needs to get with the program and figure it out real quick and just process it and be done. But yeah, I'm not trying to get over an hour on this live. If you guys like this, I will do more. You just have to let me know. To be honest, it will probably be as impromptu as this was. Oh my god, I'm just finally looking at myself. It's too late now. Yes, I've seen worse. But yeah, I will do more if you guys are interested. You just have to let me know, and yeah, we'll make that happen. But shout out to everybody who was able to come on the live. Shout out to everybody who left comments. Thank you guys so much. Be sure to remember to like and hype. There's still stuff on YouTube that you guys can check out. But yeah, I'm really grateful to all of you. And I will see you in the next reaction / review of Exchange Season 4. Bye guys.